What is blaspheming the Holy Spirit? Yeah.
I want to know, because we talked about a lot of forgivable sins. One thing that's always been interesting to me is the unforgivable sin, which is blaspheming the Spirit. I don't really perfectly understand what that is. Can you help me understand what is the unforgivable sin?
Yeah, if you get into a fist fight and you knock somebody out cold and they end up dying and you were in a fit of rage when that occurred and then you get knocked out and you die, well, are you going to hell? I mean, your last passionate act was killing somebody. Even if it was accidental, are you going to hell for it? No, it's no one thing, one sin that sends you to hell. Or if you're in a road rage incident, you kill somebody and you die at the same time, are you going to hell? I mean, your last act was an act of rage. Christ never says that, never points to that. There's no one single sin that sends you to hell. And so I'm not going to name a certain denomination, but a certain denomination, when I ask them this question, hey, is there one unforgivable sin? And they say, yes, obviously. Where in the Bible do you get that sends you to hell? Nowhere. I mean, Elijah makes the point that it's not my life to take when he's, but nowhere does it say, is someone going directly to hell if they commit? So the unforgivable sin or grieving the Holy Spirit is living a life of hypocrisy. Of saying, hey, Jack, you're a good buddy of mine, but you know what?
By the way, let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with
life
this.
Of hypocrisy. Of saying, hey, Jack, you're a good buddy of mine, but you know what? I'm gonna cheat with your wife. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jack. Sorry I did that. Nope, I'm gonna do it again. So it's hypocritical living. That's why Keira Knightley, the great actress, said, oh, it'd be so easy to be a Christian. You could just live out the Christian walk and then break it and then go back to Christ and say, hey, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. And then just go do it again. No, that's cheap grace. That's playing a dirty trick, a dirty game with a relationship with the God of the universe. I mean, you would never treat Graham in that kind of way, would you? You wouldn't be friends. I certainly hope not. So it's cheapening the relationship. It's beyond cheapening the relationship. It's embarrassing. You can't have a friendship that way.
So it's knowingly, just like consistently cheating on your relationship with God, essentially, over and over and over and over again. Because I was kind of curious earlier in this conversation, I mentioned, okay, well, as long as I know that on my deathbed, I can go and I can, ask for forgiveness, but I can lead a life full of sin. And I know I have, let's say, 60 more years where I can just go and, succumb to all of my sin and desire. Then I can still like we're going to end up in the same place. But you're saying if I'm making that calculated decision and I have all of the evidence and information and I consistently just cheat on my relationship with God, not with any of my friends, then that is blaspheming the Spirit. That is going to 100%. There's no forgiveness.
Yeah. I had a friend tell me in high school, hey, Stu, let's keep smoking weed together and drinking as much as we can and let's go sleep with as many women as possible. And then when we're in our late 30s and we're having kids, that's when we'll accept Christ. Well, how do you know you're not going to die before then? And also, again, it's playing God. And it's saying, God, you didn't really create me in your image. You didn't really create me in such a way where it's healthy for me to serve you and love others. So those are the two reasons. And you see the hypocrisy behind it. That's a type of grieving the Holy Spirit where I truly believe in God. But you know what, God? I'm going to live any old way I want to. And that gets back to a heart and motive issue. You know when you're going to say, hey, God, you know what? I know you tell me not to look at, but I'm going to look at it all the time. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to choose, I'm just going to keep looking at hard. No, I think you're going to get to the point of saying, this isn't just a slip up. This is me saying, I'm going to be God and I'm going to make my own choices on how to live. And so that's where God is saying, be very careful.
Now, what I'm curious about is how Christians discern against someone who is very sincere in what they want to get across and someone who's just seeking personal gain. Like, I think a lot of criticism has been directed towards televangelists or people who have used donations to fund luxury lifestyles and private jets and
Let's see the comment section real quick, because first of all, I'm quite surprised. This is the Iced Coffee Hour that they're hosting about this, because I remember not too long ago, Graham was challenged by Patrick Bet-David in regards to the whole Christianity thing. And I think they mentioned that they believe in, what's the name? The Church of Scientology or something like that. But it seems like there's a major movement going on Christianity wise, but I'm more talking about relationship with Christ, because even channels that never used to cover topics like Christ, religion, they've become way more open to it, just like this one, Graham and everything. So I feel like there's a massive movement going on in regards to Christianity and just the things of God, which is obviously a great thing. But let's see what the comment section is saying. I'm a strong atheist, but I will give this a try. Give what a try? I'm sure they're talking about in regards to what the whole podcast was. But yeah, it's got a bunch of likes. So that's what I'm saying. Like there's, atheist to Christ. Okay, so there was an atheist, born and raised atheist 90% of my life. Then I thought the idea of a God was ludicrous. I'm here for it. That yawn literally got me out of nowhere. So unexpected, but we're going to keep it in there because we're being genuine rather than making stuff seem picture perfect. Ruslan is going to make a week's worth of content out of this. That's probably the funniest one I've heard. Goodness me, that's funny. Okay, so I see the comment sections. This is so weird. I can't believe this is on the Iced Coffee Hour podcast and whatnot. This is, the world is really, 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 really changing and shifting, and you can see God is revealing himself. Let's just keep it as that. Okay, but I want to hear your opinion in regards to the topic about blaspheming, especially the self-delete thing that they mentioned. What do you think in regards to that? Because I've always believed, and I know not only that it's wrong, but it's not yours to take. You taking something that isn't yours to take will have extremely dire consequences. I mean, if the consequences for taking someone else's on this planet is dire, like it's horrific. Like you could be doing jail for life. So how about, do you understand, spiritually you doing it to yourself? It just, it's truly, truly, truly beyond me to not think that. But I want to hear from you guys anyways. Let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe, like, do all of that stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the